In today's video, we're gonna go over a huge rumor that Sony is gonna announce the release windows and release dates for some of their major exclusives coming up at the Game Awards. We know the Game Awards is gonna be a pretty major event, not only to commemorate the best games of 2018, but there is also gonna be new information on a lot of exciting titles, and it looks like Sony is gonna be a focal point at that show. Speaking of PlayStation 4 exclusive, Dreams is one of the major exclusives. It's being done by Media Molecule, the guys that also brought you Little Big Planet, and we knew that the beta for the game was scheduled for 2018, and it looks like it's still scheduled for 2018 even though we're at the latter portion of the year and 2018 is about to wrap up. It looks like we'll get the beta before the year concludes. Also, Resident Evil 2 The Remake is one of the most anticipated games of 2019, and the producer for the game is teasing that we might be seeing remakes of other games in the franchise. Of course, they're hard at work on getting RE2 Remake out, but after that, we might be seeing more remakes in the future. Also, there's been a lot of uncertainty on where Telltale's The Walking Dead series is going after a lot of the games have been delisted from Steam. Well, now we know that the guys that picked it up in Skybound Entertainment, they are continuing work on the game, and the continued work kicks off today. And lastly, we've also got some updated news on Kingdom Hearts. There's an extended version of a trailer that was just released, and it looks like work on the title has just wrapped up. I want to go over an official tweet that the Kingdom Hearts Twitter account put out, and we'll go over that at the end of the video. First, let's go over this new rumor that's coming from a Brazilian website in Combo Infinito, who claims to have received an email from Sony Brazil, and here's what it said. Quote, release windows for Death Stranding and Ghost of Tsushima will be revealed during this year's edition of the Game Awards next month. Official release date of Dreams will also be announced. Now, release window means that we would get a tentative timetable for Death Stranding and Ghost of Tsushima, which is kind of surprising to me. I figured the tentative window for Ghost of Tsushima would be 2019, but if they're announcing the window right now, I would imagine that Death Stranding would also be a 2019 game. Death Stranding has been in the works for so long, but it seems like we still don't know anything about the game. We don't really know how it's gonna play from a gameplay standpoint, but Kojima and his team have been working on it for a very long time, so it wouldn't be all too shocking if it's announced for 2019. Ghost of Tsushima, I think it's a foregone conclusion that that'll be released in 2019, and we did originally hear that Dreams was scheduled to release sometime in spring of 2019. So to get an official date on that would be really good. I would say that those are three of the major PlayStation 4 exclusives in 2019 if they do come in 2019. But I'm surprised that this email that Combo Infinito claimed to have received doesn't say anything about The Last of Us Part 2. That's kind of unfortunate. I figured that was a foregone conclusion to be a game to be released in 2019. Hopefully that is still the case, but we shall find out soon enough as the Game Awards kick off on December 9th. I just mentioned Dreams a little while ago, and it looks like Dreams' beta is still scheduled for 2018. Here's the official blog post coming from Media Molecule. Quote, our next stream taking place on Wednesday, November 28th at 5 p.m. BST will be one of our fabulous Kareem Dreams live streams. But this time around, there's a twist. Kareem, who is one of the founders of Media Molecule, will be building a world for you to play around in when the Dreams beta launches later this year. It'll be available in the Dreamiverse for you to build on or remix as you see fit. So the blog post does specifically say Dreams beta launches later this year. I could see either the date for the beta being announced at the live stream, or even if the release date for the game is being announced at the Game Awards, I could see it being a case where the release date for the game is announced at the Game Awards and then they say something like the Dreams beta is live right now or something to that effect. Or they also give us a beta release date at the Game Awards, but considering the Game Awards is on December 9th, they would have to get the beta rolled out quickly thereafter. That's why I kind of offered the idea of the Dreams beta going live directly after they announce the release date for the game, if all of that is to be believed. What it does look like is we will be getting the beta for the game in 2018, and remember that Media Molecule did do Little Big Planet, and Little Big Planet was a game that was big on creation, but Dreams is really taking it to the next level as it's allowing you to build your own game. I really want to see how that translates into a bigger picture when everybody has their hands on the game and what kind of things people come up with, because I see a lot of potential here, but I also see a lot of potential for this to be a disaster considering Media Molecule knocked it out of the park with LBP. I have a lot of high hopes for Dreams as well. We'll see. Again, the next live stream will be held on Wednesday, November 28th. Moving on from that, one of 2019's most anticipated titles has to be the Resident Evil 2 Remake, and it'll be releasing very early on in 2019 on January 25th, and work on that game is wrapping up at this point, so you have to wonder what might Capcom have in the pipeline for the future of the Resident Evil series. Well, in an interview with PlayStation Official Magazine UK, they asked the producers of RE2 Remake this: which game in the series would you like to remake after Resident Evil 2? Yoshiaki Hirabayashi wasn't too eager into saying anything about working on another game. However, Hirabayashi Takashi first said, quote, "I don't have room for anything in my head other than Resident Evil 2 at the moment." I think that's kind of a deflection of that question. Resident Evil 2 is wrapping up at this point. Yes, he's been hard at work at that game, but at this point, he's also probably thinking about what the future of the franchise holds for him. Konda, on the other hand, said, quote, "I think it would be interesting to provide OTS versions of our fixed camera games, but for the time being, my priority is making Resident Evil 2 a success. I would love to see a full-on remake of Resident Evil 3, and I think the majority of gamers would agree on that. We'll see if that comes to fruition. For now, we do have the RE2 remake to be looking forward to. Again, it drops on January 25th. Moving on from that, there's been a lot of skepticism on how The Walking Dead, the final season, is going to turn out after the closure of Telltale and then Skybound Entertainment picking up the game, and Skybound finally offered us an update on the franchise after a lot of the games have been removed from Steam. A lot of Telltale's titles, that is, and here is what Skybound said. Quote, "It's been a ton of work logistically and legally to get us to a place where we're able to roll up our sleeves and get to the actual work. We're excited to let you know that many of the talented, passionate team members who originally worked on the game are resuming development efforts today. So it looks like work will finally be resumed on The Walking Dead, the final season. Just kind of unfortunate to see how this game has turned out. A lot of tumultuous times at Telltale, but it's good to see that they will be able to wrap up The Walking Dead, the final season, because this has been a story that so many of us have been following for over half a decade at this point, well over half a decade, and to see it not come to a definitive conclusion would have been an absolute shame, but we do know that we are going to get the conclusion to The Walking Dead. We don't have an idea of when the next episode is going to be released, but we do know that work resumes today. And lastly, Kingdom Hearts 3 is another one of 2019's most anticipated titles, and the official Kingdom Hearts Twitter account put out something very interesting. Here's what it said, quote, "I'm proud to unveil an extended version of the trailer that's been playing in NA cinemas, and guess what? We've wrapped up development of Kingdom Hearts 3. If you haven't had the chance yet, now would be a good time to prep by playing 1.5 and 2.5 and 2.8. See you next month," and that's coming directly from Tetsuya Nomura, the game director. Also attaches the Kingdom Hearts 3 Together trailer, so I would recommend you to check that out if you are excited for the game. It's about 2 minutes long, and it shows off some of the different worlds that you can expect in Kingdom Hearts 3. We've been waiting a very, very long time to see this game. I don't know how it's going to turn out with these games from Square Enix that have been in development for a very long time. I'm always a little bit skeptical about it. I'm very excited for it because I've been following Kingdom Hearts for so many years, but it's just with all of the tumultuous times that have been at Square Enix as well, you always have to be a little bit skeptical going into these games, but hopefully they can wrap up Sora's story with a bang in Kingdom Hearts 3, as it is scheduled to be released in January 29th, and again, as is stated in the tweet, now would be a great time to play 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8. If you have any inclination to play Kingdom Hearts 3, you definitely would want to be up to date with the story, and they are releasing the 1.5 and 2.5 with 2.8 all in one bundle. It's $40, and that would be a great route to go if you have yet to experience Kingdom Hearts, or you want to familiarize yourself with the story at this point. Again, Kingdom Hearts 3 drops on January 29th. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, it looks like Sony is going to be announcing the release dates for some of their major exclusives, the release date for Dream specifically, and then the window for Death Stranding and Ghost of Tsushima. We'll see if that comes to fruition at the Game Awards. The Dreams beta is still planned for 2018. The Resident Evil 2 remake producers are teasing the possibilities of remakes of other games. The Walking Dead, the final season, is continuing development today, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is now officially done. We'll finally get our hands on the game on January 29th. That concludes this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.